Howdy y'all, welcome back to the Black Sheep Meadow. This week we're going to discuss how I irrigate our container garden and our raised bed gardens. For our container gardens, I like to see, we already did a video on how we built them, so if y'all haven't seen that, go check that out. But when we set them up, I like to set them up in a long row. Our irrigation systems consist of a soaker hose like you would purchase at a box store, like a Home Depot, TSC, something of that nature. I like to use the Element Soaker Pro. They come in, I believe, 25 and 50 foot lengths. I buy the 50 foot lengths because you can cut them to size. On the tubs that we have, I like to, this is actually a cedar limb that I repurposed off of a fallen cedar tree. The cedar is going to buy you a lot more time as far as life or longevity. If you don't have any cedar in your area, that's fine. There's other hardwoods you could possibly use. If not, you can pick up these strips they're like a 1/2 inch by 1. Many lumber stores are going to carry them, and I want to say an 8 foot length you can get them for probably around $2. You're not going to get the life out of those. Maybe I'm going to say 2 years is what you're going to get out of them before they rot off at the bottom, but that's fine. For as cheap as they are, you can use them. So on our soaker hose, if we're using a single plant, like say a squash plant in our raised beds, I will run just a single stretch of soaker hose across the top. If we're doing something like carrots, I'll actually leave a loop, and I'm going to bring y'all in just to show y'all. You can run a loop like so. So this is going to give the soil equal irrigation across the entire container. Something like on this, it will still get equal irrigation, like the squash plant's going to pull roots all the way out to the edge of this container, but it's just going to take longer for it to wick or actually get in. So, but this is how I do a majority of our raised bed irrigation. All right, so on our timers for our irrigation system, we actually use these Orbit. This is just a water hose timer you would purchase at Home Depot, TSC. I believe Amber buys these on Amazon. She'll probably leave a link down in the description. For these timers, I'm going to tell you this. So this is our 5th or 6th year of using these. To get these to last, a few helpful tips would be, first off, every winter, pull them inside. They do not do well with freezing. The water will actually bust the internal valving of the timer. The second thing is they're powered by AA batteries. Pull the batteries out of them. You know, we've all had a device where the batteries leaked acid, destroyed the terminals there. So if you follow those 2 steps, I pretty much guarantee you're going to get 5 to 6 years out of one of these timers. On our containers, we're going to have roughly 90 of these containers. So I have about 5 or 6 of these timers going off at any given time. We set, or at least I stagger my timers to where they irrigate at different times, 5 to 10 minutes apart from one another. Obviously 5 of these going off at once would overcome the volume of the well that we're on, or even if you're on city water, it'd be the same thing. Most of y'all are going to have a 1-inch water pipe coming into your house. You're going to overcome the volume that can actually flow at one time. So if you can stagger your irrigation times 5 to 10 minutes apart, that's always a plus. So this is one of our container gardens on the back side of our well shed, and I think there's about 15 different tubs on this particular soaker hose. One of the little hacks that I did with this is I actually looped a little bit of the excess of the soaker hose into one of the rubber water troughs like you see for cattle or livestock. Oakley absolutely loves this. I don't ever have to come out here and water every single day that refills it. The little bit that spills over is no big deal. As a plus to this is, and this has just started happening here recently, you're going to see the video that Amber is doing on the beekeeping, but we have a natural swarm of, that rooster's going to end up in a pot this coming weekend. I don't know if y'all are ready for that video yet or not. If y'all are, go ahead and leave me a comment down in the comment section. But so the bees have actually come to, we've had a really dry and hot summer. So the bees are actually looking for water all the way around us, but the bees have found this particular water trough that the dog would normally drink out of. Amber's probably going to come in and try and get a better shot of this here in just a minute. So it's been a plus to our irrigation system. Alright y'all, I want to get y'all in some of this live action on the soaker hose here. You can see how well it actually leaves a really good drip line. This works well. All of our garden beans are planted in a line like this. There's a pretty long row right here. We even have some onions, tomato plants further down. But this is what I wanted to show you all as far as our raised bed irrigation. I'm going to do a video on the in-ground. It's actually a lot larger scale irrigation system for our in-ground gardening. If y'all got any questions, leave a comment down below, leave us a like, subscribe, ring the bell if you haven't ring the bell. We're going to see y'all next week.